used to always ask me to do my videos in landscape, and then you just stop watching. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try this. It's gonna be awkward. Often gonna be looking off camera because I'm looking at myself. But we're gonna start this birthday week off right. This is my birthday week. My birthday is February 1st, this Friday. Yay me. Super Bowl weekend, great sports weekend, and let's talk about this great sports weekend that we just had this past weekend. I did make 2 fight predictions, and I got both of those predictions right. We had 3 events, and there's probably even more than that. This was, again, a great sports weekend. But first up with boxing, and still the WBA, I believe, welterweight champion, Mr. Keith Thurman, who I chose to retain his belt against Josecito Lopez. Thurman was coming off of a 2-year layoff where he had surgeries and that. We were worried about ring rust. We were worried about his cardio, his output. He looked good. He looked strong, and he definitely was tested. This was a majority decision in his favor. I agree. It almost seemed like he could have finished, but it seemed like there was a near finish in that second round where he managed to drop Josecito, knocking him out. He stumbled back, fell to the ground, got back up immediately, was able to, of course, beat the 10 count and continue to go on. But then Keith was on him. He just simply was outboxing him and landing more, especially in that second round and throughout majority of the first half of this entire fight until round 7, where Josecito stunned Keith Thurman. I think he knew he was behind. I think he knew that he was getting outboxed from a technical aspect, and he was like, let me ugly this up. Let me muddy this up. He started being a little reckless, a little wild. You kind of didn't know what angle he was coming from. He definitely was like, I'm going to eat some to give some, and just went in there. And he managed to stun Keith a few times in that 7th round. Holding the phone like this instead of the way I used to is really working my arm. Why? I don't know. Anyway, so that 7th round, Josecito definitely got that that 7th round. And then I believe he got either the 11th or the 12th, a few rounds there towards the latter half of that fight. I agree with the decision. I think that this was a great fight back for Keith, coming off of 2 years to show, I think he's 30 years old, to show that yes, he's still there, knock off that ring rust, his cardio's still in play, and now we can move on from there. Who do you think should be next for Keith Thurman? Now, next up, Bellator MMA. And first, real quick, I want to talk about a fight that I did not make a prediction on. We saw Henry Corrales beat Aaron Pico. You know, Aaron Pico's the young sensation that everybody's very high on. He beat him in the first round, but this was a very eventful first round. Like 2 minutes, I believe. They started going at it, very kind of reckless. Aaron actually landed first with an uppercut. Bow! That knocked Henry down on his butt across the freaking octagon ring. They don't have an octagon. It's a different site. Someone let me know what it is. A hexagon? What is the Bellator? What is the Bellator cage? Okay. What is the Bellator cage? Okay, so he knocks him clear across the cage, knocks him down. Henry's able to get back up, and now they're dirty boxing, trading uppercuts and body punches all up in the pocket. And then Aaron was just reckless and did not protect himself. He was wide open. Henry comes up with a shot. Clow! Knocks Aaron all the way out. On his feet. It was a delayed reaction. He went forward and then slowly Henry got right on top of him because the ref didn't stop it right away and landed like another clown shot that he didn't even need to be landed. Great win for Henry Corrales. Again, I did not make a prediction on that fight. Now, the main event, and I did make a prediction on this one, and I got this prediction, and new Bellator heavyweight champion and Bellator heavyweight Grand Prix winner. He got 2 belts, Mr. Ryan Darth Bader. He successfully beat Fedor. I feel like I don't even have to say his last name. I'm going to do it out of respect. Emelianenko. But Fedor. Yes, he did. And the way he beat him, I think all of us, we know with that last fight that Fedor had, he definitely showed he still had some speed. He still had some sharpness. We knew that Ryan would probably have the advantage on the ground. But we're like, Ryan, be careful. Be careful. And the first exchange, Fedor didn't get off a shot. Ryan comes in with like a left jab type of hook. It like turned at the end. We know he has a strong left. And it knocked Fedor down. Come in, clow, couple more shots on top, and it was over. He knocked Fedor out. biggest win of his career. He's now a 2-division champ, a champ, light heavyweight and heavyweight, Grand Prix winner. This is the pinnacle of Ryan Bader's career. Moving to Bellator was the best thing that he could have ever done, and it is I like the example he's putting on for other fighters to possibly make moves as well. We've seen that we got the first Trey with Mighty Mouse. We've seen now that these fighters are making moves, making these other organizations stronger, which is better for all of MMA. It's better for us, better for the fighters. The competition, the UFC having a monopoly is not actually a good thing. Other stars, more organizations means more stars, more money be putting in more fighters, more money for them, more fights for us. This is fantastic. Congratulations, Ryan Bader. It may not get any better than this. Enjoy. Now, last but definitely not least, I did not make any predictions for the 2019 WWE Royal Rumble. You guys know I'm still a wrestling nerd. I don't pay attention on a weekly basis except for NXT because NXT is awesome. But the major events, I got to do my Royal Rumbles, got to do my WrestleManias and my SummerSlams. All right. Royal Rumble is actually my favorite WWE pay-per-view event. Doesn't get any better, all the surprises. It's the one that always gives me something. It's the least predictable card in my opinion. Let's get into it. First, all the champions kept their belt. We started this event off with Asuka defeating Becky Lynch, and she defeated her in a way that left Becky Lynch very fresh. So for me, I already knew what was going to happen next, but we'll get to that in a minute. The next one was we saw Ronda Rousey retain her belt against Sasha Banks, and this match went way too long. It lasted forever, and it wasn't the most entertaining. This should have been like a 10-15 minute match. Ronda is taking to this very well, but she's still new. She has a very limited skill set that she works very well, but still very new. This was way too long. Okay. Then we had the other belts were defended on the kickoff, and I didn't see the kickoff. Okay. Now, on to the women's Royal Rumble. This is the second one, and it was great. It was a fantastic match. It was about 1 hour and 5 minutes, and it was very entertaining. It moved so much you lost track of who was coming, what number you were on, because you were just simply watching and enjoying. Fantastic show these ladies put on again. The only knocks I have is that there was no originals, no Molly Hollies or Trish Stratus, you know what I mean? There's no originals. It was all current wrestlers, but they did a great mix, a great balance. They had something of everything. They had a lot of the Asian wrestlers we have now. I don't remember everyone's name, so excuse me for this. The pirate one, the one with the little animal ears, the one with the fan. I'm so sorry. They had a lot of tiny women. Johnny Wrestling's wife, again, the lady with the pirate, and Selena Vega. And one of my biggest surprises for the entire night, Miss Ninja Warrior herself, Casey Cat. I knew she signed a contract with the WWE. I knew it, and I was already happy for that. I didn't know she was ready. I didn't know she was going to debut in the Royal Rumble, and she did, and she was fantastic. Casey, I think it's Cat Lazari. That's why I call her Casey Cat, okay? She's from American Ninja Warrior. She's the first woman to actually defeat the Wall, and she's only like 5 foot, which is more impressive than her being a woman, is the fact that she's only 5 foot. She was in the Royal Rumble. She came in. She was flying in the air. She thought she got eliminated. Then she caught herself on her hands, and she's that gymnastics background. She walked her way back to the ring, to the pillar, and the Ninja Warrior her way up back into the. It was awesome. One of the best moments for me, and she lasted a nice long time. Was in there about 15 minutes, something like that. Amazing debut for Casey Cat. Congrats, girl. Get it. Repping for the little women. All right. So lots of NXT girls. Again, it was a good mix of ladies here. Now, Lana was hurt coming down to her leg, and then we saw Becky Lynch come in and bargain her way into the match. And at this point, I was like, okay, here we go. This is what I was expecting because she was so fresh from the title shot. I knew she would finagle her way into the match, and then if that happened, she'd win. Yes. So that for me, That's the only knock I have. No originals, and the fact that I knew who was going to win from the title fight that happened earlier. I knew Becky Lynch was going to win. So for me at that point, it was a waiting game. Okay, how's she going to win? How long is this going to take? It came down to her and Charlotte, of course. She flipped her over the ropes. She was still hanging on, and then she gave her that classic forearm, knocked her off. Winner, Becky Lynch. All right. I think she's going to challenge Ronda Rousey for WrestleMania. That's kind of what we all think. Let's see what happens there. Now, then we saw Daniel Bryan keep his belt against AJ Styles. We saw Rowan come out, stare really creepily, then get into the ring and actually like face slam AJ Styles while the ref wasn't looking, and had Daniel Bryan keep the belt. I like this. I like him having some muscle. I like Daniel getting a little, I like it. I like to see where this goes. SmackDown, if I do watch, I watch SmackDown, not Raw. Okay. We also saw Finn Balor challenge the Brock Lesnar. I forgot what the Phenom. I forgot his name real quick. And Finn Balor did really good for about 10 seconds, and then Brock overcame him and submitted him. And then he beat him up afterwards. And this was a short match, about 10 minutes, which was lovely. Now, on to the main event, which is the men's Royal Rumble. This one was pretty good too. I don't think it was as good as the ladies. I think the ladies' Royal Rumble was better, but the men's one was good as well. They had Jeff Jarrett, so I did like that they had an original up in there. Not really. A lot of the NXT guys, Johnny Wrestling, Aleister Black did well. No Velveteen Dream though. Where the Dream? That's another knock. But the men's Royal Rumble gave me my biggest and best unexpected surprise of the entire night. When R-Truth, the number 30th, was coming down the ramp to be the last person to enter the Royal Rumble. And we saw Miss Nia Jax, honey, come down the ramp, take out R-Truth, and join the men's Royal Rumble. At this point, I lost my mind. She's not the first to do it. China, of course. Karma, I believe. Beth Phoenix as well. She's not the first. But I was like, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? So she gets in there. She starts laying people out. Blah, kicking people. Blah, punching people. Blah. And then she picks up Ali, eliminates him. I'm like, yeah. Then she goes face to face. Or first, no, she lays out Rey Mysterio first. Then she's face to face standing up with Randy Orton, and everybody's like, oh snap, what's about to happen? And then Randy goes for the RKO. He misses. She pushes him into the ropes. Then she tells Ray, who's up now, hey, why don't you 619? Go ahead, 619, go ahead. And then he goes to 619er. She catches him in stride, picks up Rey Mysterio, goes to eliminate him. I'm like, ah! Then out of nowhere, Dolph freaking spoil the party Ziggler kicks Nia Jax in the face. First off, that's bad strategy. Let her eliminate the guy. Hello. But okay, so he kicks her in the face. She doesn't go down. She's wobbling. Then Rey Mysterio pushes her into the ropes. And everybody's like, 619 Nia! And I'm like, okay, let's do it then. He 619's Nia Jax. Now she's wobbling in the middle of the ring. She's wobbling. And then RKO out of nowhere. I'm going crazy, you guys. I'm loving every minute of this. I love it when we break the barriers, the stereotypes. This is a great surprise. This is in the tradition of the Royal Rumble. I've been calling for more interaction between the men and the women. Because it just adds for layers. If you look back to Nikki Cross and the way Sanity won their title against Authors of Pain, was because of Nikki Cross. That little 4'9" lady went in and caused havoc on that match. So it adds more layers when you have interactions. The men, can they react? Can they not react? Adds more layers. So I'm going crazy. And if they do react, we go crazy. So let me wrap this up. Eventually, Rey Mysterio and Randy Orton throw her over the ring, and she's teetering on, laying down actually, and then Rey Mysterio kicks her off of the mat. And he's like, why you make me do that, honey? It was funny. So this comes down to, oh my God, he just lost the belt. This comes down to, oh my God, member of the Shield. Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, Braun Strowman. Seth Rollins eliminates Braun Strowman. Seth Rollins wins the Royal Rumble. And I love me some Seth Rollins. Yeah. Good. The two main matches were good. I liked the ladies a little bit better, but I'm happy with both of the women's winners, even though the Becky Lynch one was predictable. So let me know what you thought of all of that, the fights and the Royal Rumble. Talk to me, take care, and goodbye.